Hi, Penna. How are
Hello.
you?
Very good.
How are you? How is everyone on the call?
Yes. Thank you, and I'm so happy having you in here.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here too.
Yes, and also with the people watching us or follow us. I'm very happy.
Yes, absolutely. Uh,
Yes. Mhm.
I wanted to
Mhm.
say, how do you, so for all our friends who are watching us, apa kabar? See, I know a little bit of
Iya.
English. And
Ya,
terima kasih
terima kasih.
untuk bergabung sama kita.
Yes, cool.
I've been practicing, you know, a little bit, and I just
Yeah,
realized that I remember.
yeah, cool. You have been
What
in
else is
Indonesia
possible?
from two years old until about teenager something?
Actually, I came to Indonesia
Mm-hmm.
when I was 1.5 years old. My parents
Mm-hmm.
moved from India to Indonesia, but my
Mm-hmm.
grandparents were already there. So
Mm.
then I stayed there till I got married, but just that I
Mm-hmm.
was sent to a hostel in India to study. So
Okay.
every holidays I would come back. And
Ah.
so I actually lived there all my life. And I
Mm-hmm.
also worked there for 1.5 years. And then I
Mm-hmm.
got married in India, and I've been in India for 21 years now. I keep
Mm-hmm.
coming back. I like every few years I go to visit Jakarta and Bali because I have my relatives there.
Ah, cool. Coming soon to Jakarta.
Yes. As soon as this lockdown is over, for sure I'm going to come to Jakarta. I still have a lot of
Yes.
school I still have a lot of school friends over there actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Sangeeta.
Yeah.
So the topic about distractor implant,
Yeah.
living beyond distraction. That's
Yes.
very
Yes.
heavy.
So, you know, it was very interesting when I came to
Uh-huh.
Access. This was a
Mm-hmm.
very new concept to me that
Mm.
emotions, that 99.99% of what we think, what we feel, and what we think is not ours. And
Yes.
after that, the next topic that was really like, you know, sort of caught me by surprise was this distractor implant.
Mm-hmm.
That every time we
Mm-hmm.
operate out of a distractor implant, we're actually not being
Mm.
us. Okay,
Mm.
so there are about 24 distractor implants that we talk about in Access, and
Mm-hmm.
most of us are always in one or the other distractor implant. So when I was growing up, my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother used to say that you're all the time angry. And then when I came to Access, I got to know that
Mm-hmm.
anger is a
Mm-hmm.
distractor implant. When we do anger,
Mm-hmm.
we are covering
Mm-hmm.
up our potency.
Mm.
So it's really interesting. As an infinite being, we are potent. But when we operate like a finite being, that potency becomes
Mm-hmm.
anger.
Oh,
Because we
okay.
don't
So give me
know
the
we
example.
so
Yes.
for example, if
Uh-huh.
something
Uh-huh.
something happens and I
Mm-hmm.
don't like how it's happened and I just get
Mm-hmm.
really angry,
Mm-hmm.
then I cut off my awareness as to what's really going on, and now it becomes all about the anger. Have you noticed that when you get angry, after that you become
Mm-hmm.
guilty about being angry, and then you start
Mm-hmm.
justifying why you got angry, but the
Mm-hmm.
original reason why you got angry, that never gets handled.
Is it because we have the expectation that not completes the expectation and then we get angry because people
Of
doesn't
course.
understand us or something like that?
Yeah, but the awareness is the awareness that we
Mm-hmm.
like, instead of asking a question, we go
Mm-hmm.
into a conclusion and then we go into anger. We go into a reaction.
Ah, okay.
Distracted implants are reactions. They don't
Mm-hmm.
allow us to receive awareness and take an action. Like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
if you
Mm-hmm.
get guilty, when you feel guilty
Mm-hmm.
about something,
Mm-hmm.
then that guilt, you will all the time be guilty. You will think about the guilty, make you sad.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, it will
Mm-hmm.
make you angry. But what you're guilty about, you can never change that because you've gone into a distractor implant. So the meaning of distractor implant is something that distracts you from what's really going on, and something that distracts you from who you really are.
And distract our awareness.
Yes, it cuts off our
To get the
awareness.
awareness.
Yes. So it was so interesting for me to learn this, and it's so easy to change it if you just have the tools. It's so easy. If you ask a question instead of going to reaction, you can actually change it. And the reason why I really love studying the distractor implants is because there's always something else going on. There's always a point of view underneath that. Like when we get angry because we feel we cannot change it. Is that true or is that a lie?
Okay, so when something happens and then we get angry and then we think that it's gonna change, and then we do the angry for the person to change.
Yes. But actually, either we want the person to change or we want the situation to change. But somewhere we believe that something else has to change before we can have it our way. But if you're an infinite being and you asked a question and you change your point of view, everything can change. But when we do anger, we don't receive that awareness. We make it about someone else. We make it about something else. Now it's about the other person or about the thing and about how it's always like this. And we get more angry and we get more unhappy, but we don't change it. So a lot of time is wasted. A lot of energy is wasted because we are reacting, but we're not taking any action that can change it.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is that all they're called as distractor implants because it's been implanted into us. Maybe we've only implanted it. This is how we learn from when we are growing up, when we see people, when we see our parents. Oh, when this happens, this is how they react. So it's an automatic response for us also. You know? But all the distractor implants take away from who you really are, which is an infinite being with infinite possibilities and infinite choices.
I see. Okay. So
when we do distractor implant, we actually become choiceless, as if we don't have a choice.
Okay. So how many distractor implants you said about?
There are 24 distractor implants.
24.
Yeah, I can name some. Anger, rage, fury, hate, guilt, blame, shame, fear, and addicted, compulsive, perverted point of views. I mean, anywhere where you have like a point of view that keeps looping, that's also a distractor implant. When you say that, you know, when some people, they say that I'm obsessive about something, I'm obsessed about someone, or I'm obsessed, that's also a distractor implant. You're cutting off your awareness with that obsession. Now you're just looping in the obsession. You're not willing to see what's really going on. In fact, even living, even life, death, relationship, business, they're all distractor implants. Does that mean that we don't does that mean that this is never going to show up in our life? Yeah, but when we learn the tools, what happens is we learn how to use it to our advantage. We learn to recognize it, we learn to clear it, and then we can out-create that, and we can, instead of reacting, take an action. These are some of the ways we limit ourselves. Life is also a distractor. Because this reality looks at life as if you're born, you have to die.
Okay.
Right? So now we live our whole life planning for our death. You know, it's so interesting.
So like, okay, so I have a plan. If I die, I should be like this age, and I prepare for my children before I die.
Yeah, exactly.
I prepare home, I prepare insurance and everything to my kids or something like that. Yeah, so I'm preparing my death.
Of course, and so you forget to live in the middle of this. You just forget to live. You don't do things that make you happy. You don't do things that are like make you enjoy, because all the time. Maybe we do, but in little bits. But we don't like really ask every day, okay, what will make me happy today? Okay, what will make me truly excited today? How can I celebrate my life today?
Okay.
We do things because we have to, right? Like, oh, now I have to, like you said, I have to prepare, make sure that I leave something for my children. So now for that, I will have to work. Then I will take up a job. I will make sure. And all of it is already set out for us, right? When we are born, there is a plan already that our parents have. I'll give you good education. I'll get you married to a good person. Then you get a good job. Then you have good children. Then you get your children married. And then you retire and then you die. Right?
Yes. Get boring.
So all of us, so all of us, knowingly or unknowingly, are really like living to die. We are preparing for our death, and that's how death also becomes a distractor. When we think that, oh yeah, someday we are going to die, knowingly or unknowingly, subconsciously, we start living like, you know, oh, I have to complete this before I die, or I have to make sure that this is complete. So it's always, it's a distractor because it distracts you from the fact that you're an infinite being and even death is a choice.
Wow.
It's a choice. So basically when we talk about distractor implants, it's about how to get out of a choiceless universe into a universe where you always have choice.
Okay, I just remember like when I'm doing, okay, so I do this for my children, I do this for this thing, I prepare every day and then focus on bad things.
Yes. And you forget to live. You forget to ask, like, who am I today? What great and glorious adventures can I have today?
Yes.
You know? And the thing is, when we ask for adventures in our life, when we ask for joy in our life, those are the things that when we ask to create what we are here to express, they excite us. Then you won't think about dying.
Yes, exactly. And then also that the fear, because I fear that my kids is powerless. So I should taking care of them. See, that's a lot of things that...
And fear is a distractor implant, and fear always covers up potency. When we go into fear, it's because we're not willing to acknowledge how powerful we are, how potent we are. And when you're doing fear for your children, then you are not willing to acknowledge how potent they are.
Yes.
You made them a very limited being.
Yes, limited and become powerless because we already implant to the person too.
This is how we implant. That's how it was implanted to us. And this is what distracts us from being all of us. This is what distracts us from creating the life that's truly possible. And I'm so excited about this topic because, you know, there's a book called Living Beyond Distraction, which we are starting tomorrow, the book club. And I'm so happy you're a part of it, Penna. So in this book club, what I plan to do is, of course, we will all be reading the book, but we won't be reading the book in the class, in the Zoom calls. We have 12 Zoom calls and over 6 weeks. So 2 Zoom calls a week. And what we are going to do, each Zoom call, we are going to learn about 2 distractor implants and how we are using that in our life to distract us from creating our life. There's a difference from how we just go through life and how we can create it every day. So much greater than what it was yesterday, right? So if you imagine all the energy that every one of us has spent being angry about something. Imagine not having to be angry about it anymore and actually taking actions to change everything that's not working for us. What if it was so easy and what if it was just a choice? And that's what I want to do with the book club, like really discuss the distractor implants. So everybody gets to read their chapter on their own at home. And when we come on the call twice a week only, we are going to join only twice a week so that it's easy for everybody. It's not every day. I know crazy lockdown, everybody is doing 10,000 things. I love it. Like how
I do love it also.
I know. Yesterday I got onto a call and I saw Ryan over there and I was like, oh my God, Ryan's here. And we didn't know that we were on the same call. But it's so crazy. Like all of us are doing these so many calls and stuff. So I made it easy. Just twice a week for about 45 minutes. We will meet and we'll discuss two distractor implants. And we will see till the next call, how are we using these 4 distractor implants to limit us? How are we giving up our choice when we go into this distractor implant and actually practice the clearings and the tools till we meet the next week? So 6 weeks, 12 calls, and easy. We'll do the book. And you know, when we do it in a group, everything changes so much faster. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
Yes, very exciting.
So I'm really excited. Yeah. And we start tomorrow evening. So if there's anyone who has who wants more information, they can reach out to you, right, Fena?
Yes, or see the Facebook or everything. Yes, or Instagrams that we're posting.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's very
absolutely.
exciting.
Yeah,
yes.
me too.
I just realized.
Yeah, tell me, Fena.
Yeah, I just realized that's distractor implant that we didn't aware, and maybe our parents or ourselves implant. That's all like fear, jealous, shame, guilt.
Yeah, it is this reality's way of functioning, and we are not from this reality. We are not like humans. We are humanoids. We have a different way of functioning. And we use distractor implants to fit in like everybody else. But it doesn't work for us. That's why we get so troubled, you know. Like if you notice, some people can get angry and continue with their life as if it didn't matter. But when we get angry, then we go into guilt, then we go into shame, then we go into sadness. So imagine,
and we judge ourselves.
We judge ourselves, then we make ourselves wrong. And once we are wrong, that's it. It's the end, right? Because then, and that's why, you know, that is why anger management doesn't work. Anger management doesn't work, because anger management is to teach you how to manage the anger. But anger in itself is just a distractor implant. It's not real. It's what we use to never tap into our potency, to never be the force. The energy of anger, when you're so angry and you get angry, imagine using the same anger and the same force to change something. You tell me, can you change it or not? If with that same force, instead of getting angry, we change the thing. How? That same energy can be used.
Yes. The same energy using to change.
Yeah, instead of using to get angry. Yeah, instead of being angry. If we use the same energy in asking a question and like asking like, okay, what else is possible? And then taking action with that same energy, because anger is a reaction. So you've taken so much energy to react, and then you take so much energy to judge that reaction, to be sad, to be upset, to make you wrong. If you took that much energy that you have and you focus on how can something totally different show up over here? I don't like what's going on, so let me use all my energy to change it and make it into what would create greater for me.
What if? So tell me the difference. Yes, what if?
Yeah. So what if you had tools to get out of the distractor implant and actually create your life? And one of the tools is asking a question instead of doing a reaction.
Okay, Sangeeta, tell me. I have a client. There is one client, see me. He used his anger to achieve something, to achieve a goal. Okay, in the target in the business. After he achieved the goal, the target, he lose the passion to continue the target. So, are the person using the anger to create after the creation, and then just it.
So you see, there are two things.
Just to prove to her, to his brothers that, okay, you already say that I'm maybe stupid or something, that I'm proving that I'm not stupid, and after that, that's finished. So he using anger also to creation, right?
Yeah, but there are two things that are going on here. So one, he's using anger to control, and that's the other thing that we do. We use anger to control others.
To control, to prove him.
Yeah, but if we don't use anger to control, we can use our awareness to manipulate.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. And like, there is so much that we can, like, I mean, there is so much that is there in the book where you can understand, oh my God, why do you get angry? Just like we're taking anger in this example, but why do you get angry? You get angry when someone is not doing something the way you want it, right?
Yes, or
Right.
to fulfill your expectation.
Right. But does it work? Does it work?
No, because the control is from somebody else, not.
Right. Because now you've given your power to someone else and you
Yes,
expect them to fulfill that for you. And
yes.
if you don't do anger and you're willing to ask a question, you can also receive the awareness that this person is not capable of doing this. Then
Okay.
there is no expectation from this person, but whatever you desire you can still receive it if you ask a question. If you just ask, okay, universe, what would it take for me to have this with total ease, joy, and glory? It can come from anywhere, but we think it can only come from this person. And when this person doesn't deliver, we get angry. Right? Anger is always when we make someone else the source of something for us. But we are the source of everything for us. But have you noticed you also get angry with yourself?
Yeah.
After you get angry with someone, you will always get angry with yourself. But even that doesn't work, because when you get angry with yourself, you're just making you wrong.
Exactly.
Right? But that doesn't work. Does
Yes.
it create? No, it just distracts you from creation. Distractor implants always distract you from creating your life and creating what you desire. You get lost in the reaction, you get lost in the anger, you get lost in the upset. Like with your client right now, with his anger, he is trying to prove a point. He is trying to make his brothers wrong, or make him wrong, or make him right. But he's not creating his life, which is why once he's proven them wrong, that's it, it's over. But what about his life? What about what he desires in life? Would he like to have more money? Would he like to have a good relationship? Would he like to travel? All of that he's not thinking about. Right now, only the focus is, I have to prove my family wrong.
Yes, exactly. Proving
So
that's
when we...
wrong and then I'm right.
Exactly. So when we do that,
Okay.
we've lost the bigger picture of what would I like my life to look like? What would I like to create in my life? Right? And you just make it about this wrong or right. Does it even matter? We feel it matters, everything is personal, but one thing I read a long time ago, and I think it's helped me a lot, is if you really want to take revenge from anybody, become super rich and super happy.
Yes.
And then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Just be so happy, just be so rich.
Yeah, so happy and so rich.
Right? That's the best revenge.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have to prove them wrong. You don't have to prove them right. Right? Distractor implants are based on judgment. And yeah, you could have distractor implants from this lifetime or from any lifetime. It's basically like an autopilot, you know. You react autopilot. So no control. When you are doing distractor, you don't have control over it. You like go into the story. So like supposing I feel guilty. Supposing I feel guilty about something, then it becomes about, oh my God, how wrong I am, how guilty, how I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done this. But there's nothing you can do to change it because you're so guilty. You keep saying next time I will not do it, but next time you will do it because you're resisting. You haven't received, because you're focused on the guilt. You are not focusing on, oh, what created this in the first place and how can I change it? That can only come when you get out of the distractor implant. You look at it for what it is. Then we have so many tools and access, like asking a question, POC and podding, you know, expanding, being an infinite being, and everything can change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the topic is very interesting.
It is. And like when I read it the first time, I was like, oh my God, how many things have I used to limit myself, you know? How many things have I used to like go into this whole, it's a wrongness of me, and then you react out of that. Like for example, if very recently, because of this lockdown, both my children were sleeping late and waking up late, and my husband didn't say anything to me, but his energy was, you don't say anything to them, you don't care about them, you are not doing a good job as a mother because you're letting them do whatever they want, right? Now, for 5 minutes, I actually felt guilty because he was projecting that at me that I'm wrong. For 5 minutes, I felt guilty. And now in that 5 minutes, I decided I'm going to scream at my children. I'm going to make sure they sleep early. I'm going to make sure they get up early, and they have to finish all their homework and this and that and this and that. But I didn't ask a question. What would really work here? What would create greater? And when I sat down, I caught myself and I was like, wait, what's going on? And I just popped and prodded all the distractor implants. And I said, and I started asking the question. What started happening was I got an awareness to actually sit and talk to my children, and ask them, hey, listen, if you would like to stay up late, that's okay. If you want to get up late, that's okay. But you give me a schedule as to when will you finish your homework so that all your work is complete. And is it really working for you? I asked them, is it working for your body? Because my son was complaining of his stomach ache. He said, actually, no, mom, it's not. So I said, okay, then give me a time that is going to work for you. So he said, okay, I won't stay up all night. I'll sleep at this time. And when I didn't make it like an issue, they actually did use their... So it's about also empowering your kids, empowering everyone else, and not buying into... You see, this reality has what's the whole definition of how to be a good mother, how to be a good wife, how to be a good business person, how to be a good woman, how to be a good man, how to be a good father. If you, but what do you know? Like, it's not a one recipe that can serve everybody, right? Because everybody is different.
Exactly.
Your children are different. Their bodies are different. Your lifestyle is different. So instead of going into a conclusion and instead of using all of these, written things as if they are rules.
Yes.
Yeah. And listen, right now, Fena, where are the rules? My kids are not going to school. They don't even, they have homeschooling. The homeschooling time is different. They cannot get out of the house. Look at it, right? There's so much that's changed, right? Because of the lockdown. They cannot get out of the house. The things that they used to do, like go out and meet their friends, go to the park, they can't do all of that. So I'm sure they are also going through something. Now, if I expect that it's only changed for me and not for them, that's so unfair, right? How is it impacting me and how is it impacting them is so different. If we can just get that and we're willing to just ask a question like, okay, what energy can I be that will create greater for everybody? And when I sat down and I got the awareness,
that
can
I
be
create
greater for everybody? For
Yes,
everybody,
for everybody.
Right? And when I asked that, and then I asked like, okay, what do my children really require right now? And you're willing to just be that energy instead of going into guilt. If I go into guilt, I'll want to be right. If I want to be right, I will do everything that this reality has said is right. But maybe that doesn't work for them. So instead of wanting to be right, are you willing to choose what is light? For
what
you
energy
and for
that I
them.
can be.
Yeah.
What
energy can I be to create greater for everybody, right? And what is light for me? What is light for them? And it's really like distractor implants take us out of being the energy that we can be to change anything. Because now we are distracted by the guilt. Now I'll keep feeling guilty, I'll feel solid, I'll feel dense, then I'll have to justify why I've been like this, then I'll have to give reasons, instead of just asking a question that can change everything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah?
Yes.
Right?
And
so what and like I noticed that if my children stay awake for 3 days in a row really late, their body can't take it on the 4th day. They will sleep really early.
Because they're more aware when you're asking to the body.
Exactly. So you teach them to ask their body. Yeah. You ask them, okay, wait 1 second. Is this working for your body? Sleeping late, waking up late, is it working? If it's working and you're cool and you're happy, no problem. But if you don't feel good in your body, do you think you want to change it? So you empower them.
So everything is the questions.
Yes.
The key is all ask the question.
Always ask a question. Poke and pod your conclusions. Don't react. Take an action. Don't react.
Yes, and not controlling is like the mother is like, oh, you do this because this is good.
Yeah. But what if it's
our
not
point of view?
Yeah, because what if it doesn't work for them, right? Like what works for you? So when I got that and I just was willing to ask this question like, okay, what do my children really require right now? And sometimes, yeah, they require me to tell them, okay, after 10 o'clock, no gadgets. I'm taking it away. If you want to stay awake, you can paint, you can talk to each other, but no TV and no gadgets. So they're reading a book or they're painting, which is better than being on the gadget, I think, because they've been on the gadget the whole day. But when I'm asking a question, I am taking an action from awareness. But if I'm not going to take a question, ask a question, then I'll just react. You've been on the gadget the whole day. Let me just take it away. It's not going to work. You know, your children, especially after an age, you can't control your kids. You better be asking questions. You know, and this is just one part of life, right? Just this. But what about business? In business, in relationships, how much are we creating our relationship, our business, our bodies based on distractor implants? And so we are reacting to create instead of asking questions and taking actions.
Yes, exactly. This morning I called my friend and said like, wow, before I know access, I just programming myself to go to fitness because I think this is good. And then I gave the meaning. Okay, this is good. My body will have healthy, get health. So I can work very good. I even didn't talk to my body if my body would like it or not. So I just pushing and give the meaning. And after that, I feel guilty because I pay ready, I like program everything. And then I said, why it's not work for me?
See, because you didn't ask your body and you didn't ask the question that what would work for you, right? And like even if you did pay, what if your body only wanted to go to that program once or twice a week, and on the other days it wanted to do something else? That's also okay. But when you don't react and you ask a question, then you get the awareness. Okay, this. Okay, this one, and it can change also. You're okay to go with it. But when we do distractor implants, when we do reactions, this is what happens, and we just choose. And most of our choice is how we can be right, not wrong.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, because we think this is right, this is good.
Yeah. So when we operate from right,
so
when we operate from right and wrong, we're already operating from conclusion and judgment. Right? So that's why.
Exactly.
So and when you judge something, you conclude something, then there is no other choice. That is just that choice. If it works for you, it was right. If it didn't work for you, then you are also wrong. That thing is also wrong. You know?
Yes.
But what if there was another possibility? What if there was another way? There was another possibility. So So I think for me, the distractor implants was a great discovery. And I still, I'm not going to say that I'm an expert and I never operate from distractor implants, and that's not even possible because everyone around you is operating and functioning from distractor implants. But what happens is you can recognize it. And once you can recognize it, you can use the tools to destroy and uncreate it. And you can also use the tools to go like, okay, what is another choice here? So you don't have to give yourself up. Right? So every time because all distractor implants is about giving your power away. All of it. You know?
Yes.
So, so what if there was a possibility of being more of you? Of like choosing from what is light for you?
That's cool.
Yeah.
So this is about our life. And when we choose beyond that distractors implant, wow.
Yeah, and if you're free of them.
Create.
Yeah.
Yes,
what if,
exactly.
Yeah, you know, and when like I told you, when I was really young, my grandmom used to say, you're so angry all the time. And then when I got into Access, I was like, what is this anger? And then when I got to know that anger is nothing but just potency, then it's true. I use anger to distract me from the potency. And that potency is where I know I have a different choice and I can create something else. But when I go into anger, I can only be angry about what I don't desire. I can be angry about how somebody else has done me wrong. But there is nothing I can do to change it. For example, I get angry with you, Fena, that you didn't do this. Do I have the power to change it? No. I can just get angry with you, spoil my relationship with you. But unless you change it, it won't change for me. That's giving away my power. But if I don't get angry and I ask a question instead, then I will know how to say to you in a manner that will create greater. And I'll also know how, like, is Fena capable of doing this? Maybe Fena has a different ability. Maybe if this is not for Fena, then I can ask, okay, who else can do this for me? So that nothing stops. The work gets done. I don't have to get angry at you because it's so stupid, right? Like, imagine being, if it is not in your, like, if you're not good at, say, you're not good at writing and I force you, you're also unhappy and I'm also unhappy.
Yes.
Even if I get angry with you, you're going to get angry back at me. You're going to just say, fuck you, Sangeeta, get out, you know? What's the point?
You
then
push me to writing.
And what you're good at, I can't even use that to my advantage, right?
Yes, yes.
So, and that's what distractor implants do. They take us out of being who we really are. And we are infinite beings with infinite choices and infinite possibilities. There is always something there is always something that we can ask a question and it can change.
Yes. And someone asks, Sangeeta, will you do clearing during the book club too?
Yes. We are going to do lots of clearing. We're going to talk about the distractor implant, and then we're going to clear everywhere you're using that to limit you. That's the whole idea. That's why I'm not, this book club is different. We're not going to read the book. The book you read on your own. I'm going to read the book on my own, and then I'm going to bring the juicy parts to the class, just what you need to hear, and we'll discuss the distractor, and we'll ask you, how do you use it in your life, and then we'll clear it.
Yes.
Because obviously...
I do already follow some book club before, so I know.
Yeah. So that's the idea of the book club.
Yes.
We will talk about it and we will clear it. Yes. And hopefully the idea is for you to be able to free yourselves of the distractor implants as well. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And anyone would like to ask the question? Okay. Especially X-Men children. I don't know what it means.
Sorry.
So yesterday Ira said to me that distractor implant keep her going back to the looping, to the drama and the story. I think me too.
Yeah, that's what it does. Distractor implants is all about the trauma and the drama. It doesn't let you get out of the trauma and the drama. So if you're not operating from trauma and drama, then you can actually create your life. You know, distractor implants keeps us in the trauma and the drama. It doesn't let us get out and like actually just follow the energy and create something different.
You know, Sangeeta, when the first I came to Access, when people said about the drama and the story, I'm still doesn't understand. I didn't create drama. How can I get my drama? I didn't create story. This is true. This is true happening.
No, but that's it. No, Fena. We tell our story so much to ourselves. We buy into our story that it actually becomes true for us. Right? Who are you without the story? The first time when I asked this question to myself, that everything that has happened to me in life, if that is just a story and I can just choose to drop it, then who am I? Because so far I have created myself based on that story. I became strong because of my story. I became a fighter because of my story. I became a woman who didn't need anybody because of my story. Now you're telling me that there is no story. Then who am I? But that's the exciting thing. People look at it as a wrongness, but the excitement is, who do you want to be? What if you could be anything?
When you ask, I forget when you ask in what Zoom that I follow, when you ask to us who you be when you have no story. I mean, where am I?
Yeah, but what if but what if it's okay? You can create anything you want to now. You can be anything.
Yes, because usually we make up the story to make, wow, you are very powerful woman. You can through all the things, all the drama and the story, and you become inspire others because of your story. Like from zero to hero.
That's okay. That's okay, because we are like it is because of what we went through that we have become who we are. as long as we're not
Yes.
using it to limit who we can become in the future. Because like my story was that I will never need anyone to help me, that I will never ask anybody for help. That was my story.
Mm.
That if I'm a strong
Mm.
person, I will never ask anybody for help. So I was doing everything myself, housework, kids' work, my work, and it got exhausting because I could not receive help from anybody. When I dropped the story,
Mm.
I had a huge
Mhm.
family helping me. There were so many servants that showed up to help me. Now, even in work, there are so many people who are willing to do everything for me. That is when you start
Mhm.
receiving, when you don't use your story, because we use our
Mhm.
story in very insane ways to limit us. Like my story was, I will never need anybody. But when you say anybody, it also includes you.
Mhm.
So you cut you from you. You also are
Mm.
not there for you. Right? I'll be so
Exactly.
strong that I will
Yes.
never need anybody. Then even when people want to help
Yes.
you, you cannot receive it.
Yes. And
That's not
usually we
fun.
help others from, yeah,
Yeah, but that's not
we help
fun.
others, we do. Yes.
Yeah, because secretly I used to wish that I wish someone was there for me. I wish like I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
to do everything. I wish there was
Mm-hmm.
ease, right? But
Mm-hmm.
because of my story, I already decided what it's going to be. Like I created it. So now I have to
Mm-hmm.
change my story to receive. If my story is, yeah, there is always someone to help me. Yeah, even though I'm a strong woman, I receive help from everybody. How much more fun is
Ah,
that?
that's cool. Yes.
Yeah, because we have a point of view that if we receive help, we are not strong. Who said? You're still strong.
Our
Just
point
now,
of
you
view.
have ease. Exactly. Now you have ease. So if you actually give up your story,
Mm-hmm.
that will be, I mean, how cool will that be, right? If you didn't have a story
Yes.
and every day you could choose something new.
Yes. Cool. There's so much fun in the class.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Someone has a question, Fena. Can
yes.
clearing itself clear our distractor implants without running bars? Of course it can. But when you run your
Mm-hmm.
bars, then you see what happens is clearing occurs at an energetic level. And when we run our bars, it also gets cleared from our body. It also get the implants get cleared from our body.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also great to run your bars. If you have someone to run your bars, great. But if you don't have anyone, you can always run the bars for yourself.
Yes. Okay. Agnes. Oke, sudah dijawab ya. Okay, so anything that you want to say, Sangeeta?
Well, I'm all I want to say is that the
Maybe.
tools of access have helped me so much to be like it's given me a whole different perspective in life, and I really
Mm-hmm.
wake up very enthusiastic and like looking forward to what am I going to create today, which is such a great space. From oh no, it's another Monday, or oh no, it's another Tuesday. To wake up like that, and the energy that you be is the energy that gets created into everything in your day. And anything can show up. I have a tool to
Hmm.
use and clear it, so I'm not stuck anymore. And even when I choose drama and trauma some days, because consciousness includes everything,
Mm-hmm.
when you
Mm-hmm.
even if you do trauma and drama, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it out of choice, so it can be fun. I'm like, okay, how much fun can I have doing trauma and drama? And
Yes.
usually like half a day later I'll be like, okay, done. I'm done with the trauma. Let me choose something else. Like let's do something else. Like
Yes,
how
yes,
much more
yes.
can I like? And before I used to be a drama queen, Fena. Like I would just keep
Mm-hmm.
crying and howling and like, oh my God, my life is so sad all the time, right? But even when I was happy, people would look at me and go like, why are you so sad? Oh my God, my whole life was so sad. Now that I think of it, and I would want to slap them because I'm like, today is a good day. How can you call me sad today? But the thing is, I used to be so sad that that's the only, identification people had with me. So
Uh-huh.
it's been such a big change. So whether you join me on the book club or not,
Mm-hmm.
whether you,
Mm-hmm.
wherever you are in your life right now, if you're listening, do give it a chance. Just don't give up, don't quit, because anything can change. You can change. Just if you're willing to drop your point of views and have a different perspective. And I always say this in all my calls. Why I love Access is it just doesn't tell you, oh, you need to drop your point of views. It tells you, hey, you have this point of view, you can clear it. How? Here is a tool. Do pock and pod and it will clear. Oh, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? you're operating out of trauma and drama, you need to stop. But here is a tool, you can use this to stop it. Oh, you know what, you're getting really funky, you know what, you can run your bars, and here is a tool. So there is a tool for everything, you know, it doesn't get easier. So I love it, because all studies tell you the same thing. If you learn about life, it will tell you the same thing. Okay, don't do trauma, don't do drama, don't have a point of view, include everything. But I don't know, I haven't come across a modality that's told me, hey, you know what, if you want to create greater, you have to do this. But you know what, if you find that you're not being able to do this, here is a tool. And that's what I love about Access. There's a tool for everything. And if you just ask a question, even if the question is to the universe, it will show up if you just ask. Yeah.
That I love from the Access is bring me more awareness.
Yes,
about
absolutely.
what we create in our life.
Yeah. So you can change
just
it
like
if you don't like it.
And then, oh, okay. And then change it.
right, exactly. If you love
Not
it, you can keep
become
it. If you don't like it, you can change it. Yeah.
Yes, that's very easy. It's not like make it wrong for what we already create. That's the point.
So
not
nothing,
make it wrong. Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Nothing.
So nothing is significant. Yeah. Nothing is significant. Cool. So cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Usually
I know the word. I know the word, Fena. I know the word.
Yes.
Everything becomes chuek.
Because chuek. More ease. You know that we grow up in the way like you should make a good decision, make a good life. If not, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Something like that. So every time that's what we have already create in this life. So we make it, oh, this is wrong, oh, bad, oh, I'm so bad, or something like that. But in Access, it's not about the bad. You can choose different. This is, oh, this is.
Exactly. I love it the way you said it. It's not wrong or right. It's not good or bad. It's just different. Is it creating more for you? Keep doing it. It's not, change it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes,
you know?
That's it.
Yes.
Not in charge the energy or to say the guilty one or blame or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So there is another question here. Can we run the bars ourselves? Yes. It's not a substitute for getting it run by someone. It's always more effective when someone is running your bars. But in your bars manual, at the end, they also tell you how you can run your bars on your own at night. If you haven't got it run from somebody, you can run it yourself. I like to just touch my implant band because I like the touch. So I'll just touch my implant band and run it for 5 or 10 minutes while I'm lying down. You can do that, or you can just refer to your manual right at the end. There is a paragraph teaching you how to run the bars on your own. You can just use that as well. I hope that helps you, Usha. Cool. Yeah, Usha asked that question.
Cool. And someone said chuek is.
Yeah, chuek is ease. I love that word. Chuek banget.
Yeah, chuek banget. How you done wrong, you just choose be different. Yeah, you didn't wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rather than our energy to create or make it solid.
Yeah. It's harder to make something you've decided is wrong right instead of just choosing something different.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the awareness.
You're so welcome. And I always enjoy my conversations with you a lot. So thank you so much for having me here. And I hope to see some of you on the program or anywhere else. You know, you never know. Or when I come to Jakarta, maybe we can have a little access party and we can all meet together and swap bars. I'd love that.
Yes, I love that too. And you have also about the class about what is a love or something like that?
Oh yeah, that's a fun class actually. I forgot about that. So I have a class coming up which is just 1.5 hours. It's a call. It's a clarity call that's happening on Sunday, the 21st of June. It's called What Do You Love About Unrequited Love? So you know how we have that one love that you never had. Like you love the person but you can never be with the person. Like that we have a lot of things like
Cinta.
We also yang you can never
Cinta
have.
Sebelah. Cinta sebelah tangan.
It's like, so we have cinta sebelah tangan not just with people. We also have it with money, with joy, with peace.
Yes.
So what's really going on at that time? I just like, I used to be this tragedy queen. I used to watch so many movies where always you never get the love you want. Okay, so I also started creating that in my life. Always it was so hard. If I fall in love with someone, they will never love me back, and then I'll spend all that time, you know, with my heartache and that drama, and I would keep repeating it all the time. But then I reached a point where I was like, you know, of course something changed. I did marry someone who I loved, and you know, all of that worked out. But I was looking at that and the other day, and I was like, you know, all good ideas come in the shower, and I was just asking, what's going to be fun for me? What should I create next? And this popped, you know, and I was like, okay, what's really going on? And I found so many information about what's really happening when you're doing that. Like, what is it that's really happening when you keep having this unrequited love, whether it's with people, whether it's with things, whether it's with things like money and health, and you know, how it becomes like a fantasy more than like a reality, because it's just a fantasy. And so what can we do? Like, if we are infinite beings and we can have anything, then why are there these things that we can never have? What are we doing with that? So that call is going to clear all of that, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of those fun calls. Like, every time I think about it, I get all excited because it's going to be fun. Like, it's just going to be, you're going to, on that call, you're going to be like, oh my God, Begwaskali.
Yes.
It's so stupid. So I'm really looking forward to that. You know, we're sometimes stupid. We're allowed. Yeah, but when you know what it is, then you know you don't have to do it again. Like, it's just funny. So
Bego sekali.
Really, because
when I remember that.
Because when I remember, because when I looked at what I was doing, I swear that's how I was. Oh, it's so stupid! Like, so stupid. Like,
me too. When Ryan asked me to write the letters about my stories about money, and then I said, oh my God, so stupid. Where did I buy this point of view?
Exactly. And I was like, oh my God, so stupid. Yeah, so someone's asking when that call is. That call is on Sunday, the 21st. And it is, I think, 1:30 Waktu Indonesia Barat. Yeah, I think it's,
siang ya? Siang.
Yeah, siang.
Yes.
Yeah.
1:30 siang, yes.
Yeah. So
please come join.
We'll play for 90 minutes and let's have fun. Like, it's just fun. It's just fun. But when I realized what I was doing, it was like, oh my God, it's so stupid. But it was also easy to make a different choice. It's like, oh my God, it's so stupid. But yeah, okay, now I can choose something different.
And you know what's the difference? When I see that, oh my God, I'm so stupid, but I'm laughing.
Because it's light, babe. We are Stupid just means unaware. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean Bodo, you know. It just means it doesn't mean stupid like I don't know. It's just unaware. Like, so now that now that I have the awareness, what can I choose? That's all. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. And we've all been Bodo, man, sometime.
But when we say it, we're Bodo, we're laughing because we know just unaware. We didn't make it significant.
Absolutely.
Very solid. And I love that.
You know, and it's the interesting thing is there are so many words in Bahasa which are so similar to Hindi. Like Bodo, and is the same thing as in Hindi we say Buddhu. So similar sounding. Bodo and Buddhu. It's very similar. Like we have so many words that are like very similar. I love languages, so I keep looking at it. Like kamar in Indonesia is kamra. In India it's kamra.
India.
Similar, just one or two words are different. Yeah.
Yes.
So very easy. Very easy.
Yes.
So
how about money?
Money is
money? Uang.
In Indonesia is uang, but in India it's paise.
Paise. Oh, mata uangnya paise. Yeah.
Not the mata uang. The uang is paise only.
Oh, paise. Uang.
Yeah.
Uang paise. Okay. Paise.
Yeah. Otherwise, the mata uang is rupee, right? You like rupiah and rupee.
Yeah.
like that.
Yes.
Cool.
So much fun, and then
Thank you,
we can enjoy, we can have fun. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And change with fun. And I'm so grateful, Fena, because of you, I've like really refurbished my Indonesian. I feel so happy yesterday. I was talking to myself in Bahasa. I was like, oh my God, I know how to do this. you made me to, yeah, I love it. I like, oh yeah, I can. Yeah? Because one of my friends called me and said, hey, listen, will you speak a little bit Indonesian with me? I said, so funny. How can I speak to you? You don't know the language. I said, never mind. Just pretend that you know. So I spoke like everything in Indonesian. It was like, oh, I remember.
Ayo, kamu pasti bisa.
Masih bisa ya, nggak lupa.
Masih bisa, iya nggak lupa.
Oh, you mean I'm not Bodo? You mean I'm not Bodo? Not that much lah.
Yes.
Cool.
So join, and then we can create the life yang kita ingin ya, yang kita benar-benar ingin.
With more fun, and ease.
Yeah, with more fun. Yeah. Sometimes we would like to create a life, but we don't know what life that we would like to create.
Because we're so busy handling problems, no? Mana ada waktu tanya what I want to create.
Iya.
Yeah,
spending how to solve the problem. Yes.
Exactly. So where is the time to ask, right? So now when you don't have, when you are not fixing a problem, then you can ask, okay, what kind of life would I like to live, really like to create? And then you use all the tools of access to create that life. It's possible. It's easy. It's cuek, guys. If you choose it. If you choose it.
Menyenangkan. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sangiita. Thank you teman-teman yang sudah join. Bye-bye. Sampai ketemu besok ya. Besok ya.
Besok.
Tomorrow
8:30 your time, 8:30 Indonesia time is the first book club.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Bye.
Thank you.
Dan semuanya, thank you everyone, thank you. Bye.
Bye.